In this edition of The Big Story, a number of residents of Polyground District in Yorton St. Catherine speak highly of an 86-year-old man who is murdered in his usually quiet community.
One hard one to take, very, very hard one. Because 86-year-old, you expect say he would go one day, but not like this.
My father was a good-hearted person. That's the only way I can say it. Kids, adult, that he can get along with, he always try to get along with.
And there's a big man in the community. I think that young people should have look out for him instead of a young man kill him. And they don't deserve it.
And there's a call for proactive government intervention in systematically dealing with people who seem to have mental issues and are posing a threat to public safety. That appeal comes amid claims that all apparently was not well with the man accused of killing the Yorton senior citizen.
I really think the government should step in before a life lose.
Back in the days when I was younger and somebody start having mental problem, the family or whosoever would try to get help in that way, try to get them placed in the mental institution so maybe they could stay there and they could take the time and come around. But after I came back here and I start seeing so much people with unsound mind on the street, sometimes it just make you feel like, how the hell they have so much people with unsound mind on the street?
Sitting on her veranda at Polyground District in Yorton St. Catherine, Evelyn Thomas Leen, who struggles with dementia, is not aware of many things happening around her. Among them is the murder of retired carpenter Vincent, the man with whom she was in love for more than 60 years, including 38 years of marriage. One of the couple's grandchildren, Claudine English, is among people who expected the senior citizens to grow much older together.
Boy. One hard one to take, very, very hard one. Because 86-year-old, you expect say he would go one day, but not like this. Me not expect say somebody to kill him. Me expect him to go, but me not expect to get one phone call say man fit say dead and somebody kill him.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force reports that shortly after 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, June 20, Leen was hit by another resident of Polyground District. A piece of wood was the weapon used. Leen, who suffered head injuries, was taken to Linstead Public Hospital and transferred to Kingston Public Hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. He died of his injuries 2 days later, on Saturday, June 22. The tragic turn of events in the usually peaceful community infuriated a number of residents.
It's unbearable, but, I try not to let it tear me down, I try to put the best outside, so I can move on, but I'm hurting. The way he died, it's terrible. It's really terrible, It's not like I know he didn't go up there and try to mess with this guy, because I always try to tell him, when people crazy, don't have nothing to do with them, If you can avoid even saying hi, you just avoid it. Because I know when somebody have unsound mind, they will do anything.
The way I'm dead, come here, look, some has to go through so much thing, so many challenges and something, and him survive at 80 hard. And there's a big man in the community. I think that young people should have look out for him instead of a young man kill him. And they don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. He's a loving person. He's a caring person. Always looking out for us, especially in family member. Look out for him family member. Anybody when get such a helpful hand to.
My mother weak out up there can't even help herself right now. She can't even feed herself. I mean, I feed her. I don't know if she go how she go manage. I don't know. Up to this morning, my sister called her and I talked to her and said, Mama, how you sound? So she said, you don't know you go already? Me broke down cause fix it is here no more. Fix is here no more. When my father died, I him get the spot over cemetery. I him do the work. When we do 2 minutes, him get man to do everything. He's a drove Anywhere, 2 minutes, everywhere, anything I keep is there. He's that type of person. And if you see, the man just died, so he no deserve it. He no deserve it. When he get the liquor, me run go up there, me call him. And me I call Uncle Fixie, Uncle Fixie, Uncle Fixie, Uncle Fixie. And him not answer. And when me say Uncle Fixie or Sharon, he open his eyes. But he can't see, so him can't see. Because I'm rubbing eyes. And him say, oh, Sharon, and me say yes. And Sharon, Claudine and Jackie come in. He say, Jackie, me say yes, and that's it. That's it.
I wasn't here when it happened, you know. But even when I get the call, the way I feel, I couldn't even run. I couldn't even run to say, well, I'm gonna run and come home and try to change some clothes. It's like I was lost, you know. I came here and there was a few persons here and I just joined them right there and was talking. That time he was at the hospital with my niece. But at the same time I devastated, you know, you know.
Laurel Lewin is mindful that the murder for which a suspect has been arrested happened in the streets. He told the Beacon that he repeatedly tried to persuade his dad to desist from doing leisure walks on the
It
road.
was something that I've been trying for years for him to, you know, slow down off the street going, but he was that kind of person, you know. He always used to work, so he's here, he's there. So even after years of retiring, my sister stopped him at one point, you know. And she said, stay home. It's time to stay home now. It's time to start work. I don't want to come back and hear that you're over there on a roof or you understand? That was the thing. But he still would like to go to the street. He liked to see his friends them, you know. So he would put on his clothes and he would go to Yorktown or wherever, you know. Worse if somebody died that he know, no matter how far, he would try to go to the setup. He would try to go to the grave ticket. And if he can make it to the funeral, yeah, he also gonna go to the funeral. He was that kind of person. He always shows respect, you know. And even as a kid growing up, I could remember back then when people die, and then you know it used to be the hospital as use the morgue, and then people would look and say, "Boy, but me afraid, you know, me afraid to go to them place there." And they would come to my father and say, "Well, Fitz, you think we have a body at KPH? We're gonna go for the body Sunday. Would you go with us?" It was always a pleasure. It was always a pleasure. He never afraid when it come to death. You know, he rally around.
Some members of the polyground community who claimed that the murder suspect appears to be struggling with mental issues or behavioral problems said he had been driving fear into residents.
Another time again, a Tuesday like this, I remember I passing by up by a shop, sit down up there, and I always on Tuesday even go by church, got tied up church, open up the church and stuff. But something within me that Tuesday when I go up the church, I did not open up the church. And when I open the door and go out, it's him that I behind a half-finished building and jump out at me. Didn't lick me physically, but the way I behave in front of me like a kangaroo, him start to jump in front of me. I did not frighten. I stand up and I say, God, what is this? And he was there and then start to cut some sound and something, and he reversed and go back down the road. I really get scared of him because to me, in violence, can ever have a cutlass in my hand. Him knife and him cutlass.
Him the mental challenge in demon possess. In demon possess. No mental challenge in that. Demon possess.
Children scream many morning. I have to walk with them, go down the road, pass down there. Coming up, sometimes I see them I run, I come out of breath.
Some residents argued that Lewin's death could have been prevented if the government systematically had been more proactive in dealing with people who seem to be mentally challenged and are posing a threat to the public.
That has become a big problem in Jamaica with mental ill people. You know, they need somewhere where they can take them off the street and treat them. Family member in the yard, you live with them, but you're still unsafe.
Government need to do something about them. They can't stay upon the road because they are risk to all of us. Maffitt is just one of the unfortunate person, and him not the only one. He's not the first mentally challenged persons that kill people. He's not the first. So the government needs to find some place put them. They cannot stay on the road like that because we are all in danger if them stay on the road. You know much of them down a Linstead, I'm afraid of them. One morning, one walk me down, going to work, walk me down, beg me $100, me tell him say me no have you, and he take up stone to lick me down. And then not, cause even the very family member then can't do it. Some of them even afraid of them. So the government need to do something about it. It cannot continue like this.
Lock them up one place and they put them out back on the road. Because when they do them things, they them come out back. Them come out back and just get to scotch free. And Uncle Fixing murder, they deserve this.
Back in the days when I was younger and somebody start having mental problem, the family or whosoever would try to get help in that way, you know, try to get them placed in the mental institution so maybe they could stay there and they could take the time and come around. But after I came back here and I start seeing so much people with unsound mind on the street, sometimes it just make you feel like, how the hell they have so much people with unsound mind on the street? What happened to Bellevue? Then this person said, Bellevue locked down from how much years ago? And then I said, then the head of the country don't see that they need every parish you go, every town you go, there's mental people, not one person, you see, you know? Then you can't have so much people with unsound mind running the street and you have people going about their business every day. Their life is in danger because you never know. You never know when they would just, their mind, you understand? Just tell them, just like the incident, just like what happened to my father. It was the same incident happened in Linstead. When there was this guy in Linstead and he was walking the street and damaging people. Until that morning when he killed the police. That's the time when they decide to, you know, do something about it.
That incident to which he is referring happened in the nearby town of Linstead, St. Catherine in September 2021. At that time, a mentally challenged man, Alwyn Shakespeare, was killed by police moments after he used a stone to kill a detective, Constable Paul Gordon. The mentally challenged man was well known for violently attacking civilians in the streets. Weeks before he killed the cop, his mother, Adeline Roman, had used the media to implore the authorities to assist her son, but her appeal fell on deaf ears. Since that incident, there have been others, some of them deadly. The most previous of them transpired a month ago at Paget District in Port Maria, St. Mary. There, 34-year-old Davon Williams was said to have been acting strange, allegedly murdered a 3-year-old boy, Asher Campbell, and wounded other people. Like the victims and their relatives in St. Mary, those in Yorton are hoping that justice eventually will be served.
It's hurting me, but you know, I just try to cope with it, you know. I'm just hoping everything will just work out in the way that it's supposed to work out, you know. I don't want no chaos or nothing, you know. The law already have him, so I'm just hoping that everything work out the best way that it's supposed to, you know. But I wouldn't really like to see him just kill my father and then they just walk out and then say, well, he's mentally sick and he can't stand trial, you know. I'm hurting right now, and that would even let me get more devastated. See him just walk out and say, well, he's crazy. Because if he come back, he gonna do the same thing to somebody, even maybe his own family, you know.
Days after Lewin was killed in Yorton, a number of residents spoke glowingly of him. They said he once was the go-to carpenter in the community.
In terms of work on people house, him just want to see her try, him assist them in every way. Him go hardware, him find out when they have sale, everything, him ensure say everything. Cause even me, when me I do my house, sometimes me not even know when him gonna hardware. But him call me, he say, Claudine, you know, say this outer road. Me remember one day he call and say, Pro Choice have sale outer road, me fi come cause they have sale with door and me get how much door, And me pay for them and him get taxi and him carry them on and carry them go put them down for me till me come. So he was that type of person.
Feel it for the man, very feel it very much. Even that house we have a pitch scene, we forget that house. So you must imagine the type of person he is. You understand? Very helpful. If him see you, I do something, and him can't help you, he's not going to help you.
Mas Fitzy, when they come out to Mas Fitzy, helping person. Because as I talked, I said before, to 1999, I leave Kingston and come here. Get a little one room, didn't want fix up. Cause my sister said to me, say, put on one kitchen and one bathroom on it. And talk to Mas Fitzy and I remember when he go around and I didn't know what to do. I never know how to go about it as a single person. But Mas Fitzy step in there and then, and he come in and him lay steel, him lay the foundation first. And I remember when he laid the foundation, I said to him, say, Mas Fitzy, where you lay such a big place for? When me I get money from to finish it? And him said to me, say, Princess, him do one side, finish up one side, chew up one side and go in and go live. And when you move up one side, then you take your time and finish it. And that's what me follow Mas Fitzy advice, and that's what I do. You see, if Mas Fitzy go out and him say anything I sell reasonable, kind of buy stolen goods, kind of face the man, you know, buy no thieving goods, but him say it reasonable, catch him a contractor, and him know people, he would come to me and say to me, say, boy, Princess, you know, say, so I sell, just in board there, so I sell, one door there, so I sell. I remember one particular DM come to me and he said to me, say, Princess, you know, so somebody have some, I think it was some dress board. And him said them good and it is reasonable. And I said, Mas Fitzy, you know, me never have no money. And my sister in a run partner at the time. And he said to me, say, Princess, Mardy a run partner. Buy from Mardy till you get the money now. And that's what we do. Hard way to advise you. Sometimes when you don't remember the challenging and when you don't remember to check person, he might remember you. Remember so that you can check that person. And Mas Fitzy, him never stop until me live somewhere. So my house down there, Mas Fitzy. When if it sink, him go and him say to me, say sink anything with the pan sale. Me no know him is clip like that. Him know when anything the pan sale. You can get things reasonable. Him sink it off and him going and say, Princess, you can't go live in it now. Do if you buy, he might find the door. He might find door, reasonable door. He might tell you about it. It is there.
Michael is my child. Growing up with Mas Fitzy would have come for Michael. One school get holiday. In come for him, in go a campfire with him, everywhere in go a him and Michael. Anything at all Michael want him buy give Michael. Anything at all Michael want him buy give him. Not only Michael, but other children around the community. Him take them up, him buy them juice, him buy them snacks, anything at all them want. Once you have manners and respect, him give them anything.
When they come on to funeral, they come on to grave digging. Mas Fitzy is there. You see him out there line out, ever line out. Ready. You see him at the first come time, him at the first man pass. He's a family man. He's a loving man. You see, I already go for cook. Not remember my part, but the cooking part. When he go for cook, trust me, if Mas Fitzy don't say hungry, he might give you food. When he cook, in share. My sister down at the bottom this and she have must be 4 children or 5 children at the time. And when him tell him for time, he say, I want big base to come. Everybody can get food. Him is like that person.
Up to the Thursday, him come up with a bunch of banana and a breadfruit and come give me. I wasn't at home, I go up a polyground and then leave it and then look out for when me reach and then come and say, Sharon, see one banana, one breadfruit there. And me and him sit down on the step and we talk and then in leave and go down. If him go down and sister whole harbor and then get mango, it a share. If him get saltfish, it a share. In chocolate, it a share. 3-4 times a week, him a come with my banana and nothing at all, yam anything. And him now put on a pot and cook and him not share out a plate of food.
In Yorton, St. Catherine, I'm Horace Mills reporting for the Jamaica Beacon.